His dad being a football player here, football makes sense to him. He's going to be a really good football player for us. The Shazer's really coming on. There's a kid that can tackle and can run. I've been very pleased with the Shazer as well.
Are you guys committed to just leaving him a corner for now? I know you've been cross-training.
Well, we have been. We'll see how things play out. You know, injuries are part of this game. Would we like to leave him there? No doubt about it. But as the game plays out, we'll see what happens.
You talk about every cross-training and safety. Is there anyone else on the defense that's worked in multiple positions?
Yeah, we try to cross-train a variety of people. I mean, Jonathan Stewart's been a guy. Sean Porter's been a guy that has had to cross-train. We've cross-trained Spencer Neely up front, and then obviously DeSazier.
What are your thoughts on Tony Hurd and how he's been?
Tony's a football player. I mean, he's a gym rat. You know, I mean, he's always around the ball. Very, very instinctive player. I've been very pleased with Tony as well.
Some guys talk about aggressiveness and being aggressive. You can't really do that until you know everything that you have to have. Right. How do you feel about their knowledge of the defense? And
it's coming. I mean, I feel pretty good there with the first group. We still got some work to do with the second group. But again, we won't know till we get to game speed. It's hard to simulate game speed, and we're going to get some really good wideouts right off the bat, right out the gate. So we'll have a lot better feel after about the first quarter.
How comfortable do you feel? How many players in the secondary do you think you can put on against a spread?
That I would go into the game with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now that I feel know what they're doing.
You've got a good dime package, or you see you just going to nickel?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of all of that. Yes, ma'am.
Some coaches aren't comfortable putting that in early.
Right. Yeah. Now we've been forced to because of the type of offense that we play every day at practice. So.
What do you see from La Tech's offense? Coach Someone was talking a lot about experience is a big thing, but what else kind of do you see from that?
Well, this is a team that put up 400 yards a game, 30 points a game. I think it starts with the offensive line. You know, they're 6'4", 300 average, and their center's their best player, and he's the littlest guy. But he's the general. He's the field general out there. You know, they got 91 starts between them. I think the quarterback does a really nice job managing the game, and they are explosive out wide. I mean, they're talented. Number 4 is as talented as I've seen. He can blow the top off of it. And then shoot, if you it's feast or famine. You know, if you do things to stop 4, then they got number 7, who's also a really good wideout, and they've got a whole plethora of them out there. So we've got our hands full. There ain't no doubt about it. Very, very explosive offense.
Patrick Lewis was kind of laughing about the fact that they are a hurry-up offense, but he said compared to what we're dealing with every day, it's nothing. I mean, do you see a confidence in the guys that they're going to be able to step up against?
You know, we'll see. I don't know much about Coach Franklin, their offensive coordinator. I've never went against him, so I'll figure that out once the game gets started. I sure hope they don't go any faster than our offense does.
What has Stephen Terrell done individually just to improve his football play?
Well, he's a worker. I mean, Stephen is a very smart, instinctive football player. He brings some girth to the safety position. I feel really good about our starting 2 safeties now because they can run. They've got great range. They got great ball skills. They can tackle, and they're big, which is going to come into play once we get into SEC play.
Good job Jonathan Stewart's done shifting from inside linebacker in the 3-4 to the middle and the 4-3. You've been impressed by that?
Yeah, I have. I mean, Stu's a smart guy. He's a really smart football player. He is kind of the quarterback of the defense. He gets us lined up. And again, we asked about cross-training earlier. It's easy for him. Some guys you worry about, we can't cross-train this guy because he can't handle it. Jonathan's one of those guys that can handle it and handled it pretty easily.
How are you feeling at defensive tackle now that you've got Mathis back and moved Neely inside?
Well, you can sleep a little better at night. Spencer's still not the biggest guy in the world. He's just one of those try-hard guys, But at least we do have some depth in there, and we can have a little 3-4 man rotation in these hot games.
Who do you see as kind of your 4th in there right now?
1, 2, 3, 4. You got Mathis. We've got Mathis. We got Kirby. And we got Ivan. Ivan would be the 4th. Ivan Robinson. Yeah.
Think about what you've seen from the 2 freshman defensive ends that make you confident enough to put those guys.
Yes, I am. I sure am. You're going to see them early and often.
What have you seen out of those guys so far this fall?
Well, Julian is a very smart kid. He's very, very explosive. He's been able to hold up for the most part against what I think is a pretty good offensive line in our offensive line, in our inside drills and things like that. 50 coming off the edge. Tyrell Taylor has some juice now. I mean, the kid can get off on the block. He can move.
Where's Brandon Alexander and Caleb Russell? Where are they at right now?
Well, Brandon, as of this time right now, is really not in our thoughts or in the mix. Caleb's been out injured, so.
And then you focus so much on your group, but since you do get to go against them in practice, what do you see from the offense in terms of their progression in the last month?
You know, I live like this. I've had to, in the past, do this. Now I get to go back to this right here, and my plate's full. So I really don't have to ask Cliff those questions. I know he's a pain in the butt. What they do offensively is a pain. But for me to look up and evaluate any of that, you know, I got that tunnel vision right now. So.
What does Brandon Alexander have to do to kind of work his way back into that mix?
You know, some more explosiveness, some more will want to, some more excitement, some more all of that. You know, these freshmen have brought some energy to our football team, and it's just a different level right now. It's just not that Brandon's not talented; he's just not there right now.
Floyd Raven was also on the 2 deep that y'all put out a month ago, and he's not on there now. Is he?
He's in the rotation. He's in the mix. Floyd's in the mix. Yes.
You're not going to have Jenkins for La Tech, but I guess Donnie Baggs is going to be the guy to step in. So can you talk a little bit about Donnie and your confidence in him?
Well, he's coming every day, Donnie, and he needs to. He needed to. This has been really good for Donnie. He's a guy we're going to have to count on throughout the year. And you get so locked into Steven because he's a good player. I've been really, really pleased with Donnie. You know, he'll be part of that 3-man rotation inside as we go into this first game, and he's going to gain valuable experience. I feel like we have a capable backup will linebacker now, and hopefully he'll show that next Thursday.
Is Howard Matthews dealing with some of the same issues as Brandon Alexander, or where is he in the mix?
Right now, he's not in the mix. Yeah, a little bit of the same.
How do you feel about where you guys are at safety behind Terrell and Kansas?
We've cross-trained some guys. I mean, DeShazier would have to go in first. I mean, that's where we're at, gang. We're 3-man rotations right now until some other guys come along, just about at every position. The only place that we have really some depth is at corner because we have Floyd and some of those guys. It's hard to put them all on this sheet because we are a little bit deep there.
Well, I think you've got 6 players on here that are either true freshmen or JUCO transfers.
Uh-huh.
How many? They're all 6 can play.
Well, give me names.
John Tell Franklin.
He very well will play, yes. Some. Special teams anyway.
Okay. How do you say Obio?
Obioha? You're very good. Obi, that's all we call him. I blister his name every day. Yeah, Julian will play.
Yeah. So are you a little nervous at all starting the defense with young guys?
No doubt about it. Pay me now, pay me later. You know, it's they are talented. We got to get them in. They're our future. Ask me that question 3 years from now, and I'll be very, very happy that I did it. Am I nervous right now? Yes, ma'am.
Is it kind of a double-edged sword starting off with a team like La Tech where these guys can't just make mistakes? I mean,
right.
They're going to figure it out pretty quick.
They're going to have to figure it out pretty quick because it's a good football team we're going to go play. It's a heck of a first opener.
Are you limited in what you can do overall scheme-wise, though, because of the youth?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Now we'll see when the lights go on and the crowd's there, and I may get a different product. Sitting here right now, I don't think I'm hamstringed at all. But we'll see as the game gets into it. If I got to back off a little bit and let them play, then that's what I'll do.
Do you put in the whole defensive playbook, comfortable calling any player in?
Yes, ma'am. With the ones.
With one.
Yes, ma'am.
Coach, as a defensive line unit, where do you compare it to, or where do you need to get to be like the other SEC?
Well, we've got some work to do. We're a long way away, sir. It's that simple. We got to get bigger. We got to be more physical. We are getting faster. We have brought in some talented kids. They just need to get bigger. These young kids going to need to get bigger, and we got to continue to recruit big guys that are sudden. Because that's what the SEC has. Not only do they have big guys that clog up the middle, and we've got a couple of those guys. Well, you need big guys that are explosive.
Anything else? All right.
Okay. Thank you.